Hi, hope you're all okay. My name's Jackie. I do sort of wee videos now and again, occasional podcasts on knitting and reading and gardening. I was hoping to have had a gardening video out before this, but I just never got around to it. Things happened. We had a load of study leave. We had exams then, and I had COVID. I lost a week, but I'm fully back. Trying to catch up. But I'll get round to the gardening one at some point. I just wanted to nip in with a quick knitting and reading update. So a wee bit knitting first, and then books at the end. Not a lot of knitting, to be honest, because I've been working really fully on the one project. And it's finished, and I want to. It's a gift, so I want to sort of show it off, and then I can give it away. So it's the Spindrift Shawl by Curious Handmade. I'll just quickly pop it round. Let me see. Now I'll take it off because it's not actually for me. So I don't want all my hair to get woven in. It was bad enough knitting it. So this is a gift for a friend. I think I mentioned it last time, but I hadn't actually started it. So I've worked really on this because I wanted it finished. It's the Spindrift Shawl by Curious Handmade. The yarn is by Stuart Yarns. It's discontinued now. I don't think she dyes anymore, which is a real shame because it's really lovely. I really enjoyed knitting with it and seeing, the yarn colourway is called Wild Swimming, and it's just it's just really beautiful. It's just like on a good day in the Hebrides. That's what the water looks like. So, and my friend, I think I talked about her love of the sea, and she lives right down at the sea. So I think she'll really like that. I've got another skein of this. So I think I enjoyed doing it that much that I think I will do one for myself. Not right away, but at some point. I've knitted 3 of these. They're great one skein projects for gifts. So as I say, I worked mostly on that. I also was working on my Northern Comfort sock, and I've got this far, but I realised, actually I was doing some rows this morning, and I realised that I don't think I've got enough to do the second sock. I've got this bit which I thought was fuller than it was, but it's actually quite soft, and there's a wee tiny bit as well, but that is not going to be enough to finish this and do another one to the measurements that I was doing it. I normally do 50 rows in the leg, then the heel flap and gusset. It's 48 stitches, heel flap and the gusset, and then usually about 48 in the foot before I start the toe. And if I could have done the heel in a different colour and padded it with cuffs. So I've found this tuku wool, which is nice, and I think would go nicely with it. And I've put this sock on a different needle, and what I'm going to do is cast on and knit and see how far I get. And then if I have to rip back a wee bit and add the tuku wool in, then I'll just need to do that. Be compromise just for myself, so I'll be happy with it. So that's really all my knitting content. It's not very much, as I say. I'm kind of about to cast, I don't know what to do, but I think I'm going to cast on the Tolsta tea, which is a pattern by Rebecca Clow. I'll write it down. Well, it's just a raglan tea, and I had talked last time about doing the Alaska sweater using the Whistlebeer yarn, Evening Bell, and I'm still going to do the Alaska sweater later on, but not with that. I'm going to use the Whistlebeer yarn to do the Tolsta tea, and I think that would be nice. I'll do it with kind of longer arms. So that'll be my next cast on, and also I'm going to do, I think I'll put these socks up. I might just leave these socks for a wee while and cast on a nice new colourful pair. I think I'm ready for some colour. You know, after knitting the spindrift shawl, I enjoyed the colour in that. So that's me. So that's my knitting. Nothing to write home about, but I'm letting you know about it anyway. So I'm going to move on now to books. And the last time I talked, I was about to start, I was just waiting on a book coming, Proust's Swan's Way, Memory Lost Time. But I've changed my mind. Well, not changed my mind, but I kind of went on to I decided to go a different route, and it's certainly a different route. It's in fact a bit of an odyssey, and I'm leading up to a big journey in my reading. I started off just reading Homer's Odyssey, which, you know, is, we all know, or most of us know the story, you know, Odysseus thrashing around the Mediterranean for 20 years, being held captive and all these horrendous adventures, actually. I'd forgotten just how horrific the Cyclops one was. It was very gory, this book, which I don't think I'd quite appreciated the last time. Last time I read it was actually on holiday in Kefalonia, the Greek island of Kefalonia. I remember reading it on the beach with Ithaca on the horizon, you know, quite close. But, you know, sunny holidays, cocktails, all that sort of thing. I don't think I was paying as much attention as I did, because I kind of intentionally read it with more intention this time. And in conjunction with this, I was listening on Audible to James Joyce's Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. I wanted that as an easy way in to Joyce, because I hadn't read any of him before. And it was a great, it was on Audible. It was Jim Norton who was narrating the book, and it was, well, I mean, he was just incredible. I don't know if I'd enjoyed the book as much without him. He's an Irish actor. I think he was, if you've ever seen Father Ted, he was one of the priests in it. It's hilarious. It was such a funny programme, wasn't it? But it really, it just made that book come to life, absolutely. And some of the stuff in it, yeah, just incredible. What a writer Joyce is. So, I mean, you can maybe guess what's coming anyway. So I read that and that at the same time. And then I have moved on to Dante, the Divine Comedy. And wow, I mean, wow, this is something else. I'm more than halfway through the Purgatorio at the minute. And the Inferno, it was just terrifying. But it's, yeah, lost for words with it, because I mean, it's just incredible. The imagery that you get is amazing. The story, and it's actually, I'm saying it's a really easy story, but you need, before I read it, split into different cantos, which I think songs or poems. Dante meets Aeneas, Virgil, who wrote Aeneas, who is his guide through Inferno and Purgatory. And so he takes them through all the different steps and places, and they meet, he meets a lot of people that he knows. It's very much a commentary on medieval Italy and the church and the state and people that he knew, and also people from history, so it stops at Dante's time. So there's a lot of people in hell and in purgatory that are quite surprising who's where and why. But so it's split into different cantos, and as he goes through the different stages of each place, and there's a commentary. This one, the one that I'm reading, is translated by Robin Kirkpatrick, and he has commentaries on each canto. So I'm finding that I have to read the commentary so that I understand what the canto is. And I mean, I have to admit, I am kind of pushing through because I've got a goal in mind, a destination that I want to get to. But I did find, and his translations are, quite easily, once you've read the commentary, it's quite easy to understand what he's saying. But it's not as poetic as some of the translations. It's more modern, and he explains in his commentary, what the words are. Dante wrote in his sort of native dialect, so I think it's always been quite hard to translate into English. But I found that, amazingly, Dorothy L. Sayers did a translation of the first two books. So the Inferno and or Hell and Purgatory, she called it, and there's, it's quite poetic. She's sort of done it more in the poetry style, and really very nice. I'm going to, once I've finished this and done, what I'm going to talk about, I'll certainly go back and I think there's certainly books that bear reading and rereading and rereading, and so I'm definitely going to read her translations. There's another, I forget the name of the lady that translated the Paradiso after Dorothy L. Sayers had just done those two. I don't know if she died or whatever, or wasn't able to finish the last one. So somebody else took it on and did it. So I might get that and see how it compares. And I think also the poet Pope, Alexander Pope, has translated it as well. So I can see me doing various different translations. But I'm surprised, because the only thing I really knew about Dante was that Inferno. What was his name? Him that wrote the Da Vinci Code. Can't actually even remember his name now. That kind of thing. It's all, but it's all coded and stuff like that. But in actual fact, it's really good and makes you think, oh, better change my ways. I don't want to end up in that rotten pocket. So I'm reading that. I'm getting through it. As I say, I'm halfway through Purgatory. I'm managing a good 3 cantos probably a night, but I think I want to sit down and read a bit more you know, to try, because of, as I say, my next read is, which I can do actually alongside Dante. It's nice Hamlet picture of Benedict Cumberbatch in the role. This is quite a nice edition, the Norton Critical Edition. The play itself is just quite short. I know the play, it's one of my favourite Shakespeare plays. Absolutely love it. It just is an amazing play. I've seen it a couple of times. So I want to just refresh the memory. And I got this second hand this copy, and I see that weirdly there's a couple of things, whoever had it before, highlighted. So in Act 1, Scene 1, I've got enter ghost. So that's at the beginning, and then on the other page over there, I've got that bit highlighted, and then that's it. That's it. So I don't know if the person that had it before was playing the ghost, but there's the ghost appears again later on, and there's nothing highlighted, so that's a bit intriguing, a bit mysterious. But anyway, so that, and so my ultimate goal, I'm doing all this because I want to read this, and I want to try and start it on the 16th of June, Bloomsday. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I got this at the beginning of the year, and with the intention of reading it this year sometime, but it suddenly came into my head that, you know, not that I'm not going to read it, start it and finish it on the 16th of June, but I would like to start it anyway, and that is my goal, my reading goal for the month of June. And all those books are quite influential, are very influential in Joyce's work and in this book. You know, I think it's based around the Odyssey. You know, the chapters are to do with that, and it's based around quite a lot of things, and also the Inferno. I did think when listening to Portrait how very much that was influenced by Dante's Inferno. So it'd just be interesting to see where we get to with this, and how having you don't need to read any of these before you read Ulysses, but I just wanted to. I thought that'd be quite a nice project to do, and see how it informs my reading. Anyway, that is my plan. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm enjoying myself anyway. I think that's the main thing, and that's the main thing in your reading. What else am I? I'm still, you know, doing the Bible in a year at the moment. Proverbs, we're in Proverbs. It was the fabulous chapter 8. Wisdom announces herself, and you know, yeah, that was good. And I think that's it. Okay, so hopefully something gardening-ish will appear in the next few weeks, but until then, thanks for dropping by, and yeah, I'll try and put everything in notes and links and stuff. I'm not hugely good at it, but you can find me on Instagram, although I've not been there much either. Everyday in Home and Croft, and here. Okay, thanks then. See you later.